Girl chat time now, right? So right before we come on, we turn on our cameras, and I'm like, oh no, she didn't. And she's like, oh no, girl, how about we are wearing white and gold,
This is
and it wasn't planned. Like
unplanned.
it wasn't planned at all. So I was like, look at us from a distance. We're Kaden from a distance.
This is your intuition. Look at
Lady, in today's episode of Grown Lady Chat, we're going to be having a chat with a professional organizer. And she just so happens to be my sister. Jasmine Smith is going to share with us some practical ways that we can begin to organize and refresh our spaces immediately. So stay tuned. Hey, lady, welcome back to your new favorite talk show for Christian women, Grown Lady Chat. With me, your host, Dr. Sharonda Simone. Today's chat is going to be one that is going to absolutely transform your organizational skills in your life. Let me tell you, whether you're watching this at the top of the year or you're watching it in the middle of the year, you're going to get some value from our conversation. Now, during today's episode, I'm going to be sharing the question of the day like I usually do. And every time you interact with Grown Lady Chat community, whether it's by answering the question of the day or chatting it up in the comments, it's another opportunity for you to be entered into the random giveaways. Now, if you are a giveaway winner, lady, you could get a gift card, home decor items, makeup, skincare, or beauty products, faith based resources, or personal development tools. All righty, lady. I hope you're ready, okay? Because she dropped some gems in today's episode. So grab your notebook and make sure you stay tuned until the very end because she shares a discount code specifically for Grown Lady Chat community members. For the question of the day, drop in the comments and let me know what is one space in your home that you want to refresh or organize, okay? Whether it's a digital space, whether it's a drawer, whether it's a closet, whether it's a whole room, I want to know because I'm curious. What are some of those messy areas that you have in your home? That right there, that nugget is, I think, freeing for many, many people. I promised at the top of the conversation that she's going to share with us some life impacting tips and skills. I have my notebook. Today could be the day that you refresh your space. You do remote work as well, is correct? You do remote work?
yes, yes, and that's a big aspect of and a growing aspect of my business. It's actually one of my favorite parts of it because we do spend so much time on our phones. We spend so much time, as a business owner. We all know our emails can get out of hand. Shared workspaces like Google Drive, all of those things I help refresh and organize for you. Setting up folders, setting up hierarchies so that you have a plan of action when you're getting emails from clients. Even brides, they get a bunch of emails from vendors and they're trying to figure out exactly how to organize everything. That is something that we do. So we will remote into your computer. You can just like put it on mute, walk away for an hour and come back, and your email inbox will be organized. We have set up like a game plan for your shared workspace with your coworkers. So there are a lot of different aspects to organizing digitally. Even photos, we do that as well. I think one of the ways that I always start out my consultations with clients by asking them, what is bringing you stress right now? That's the best. If you're trying to figure out how to answer the question of the day, think to yourself, as I walk through my home, what area am I like avoiding, or what area on my phone am I like, ugh, I'm gonna get to that one day? Because that's where we can help. It does not have to be something that takes over your life. You don't have to be someone that has a messy email inbox for the rest of your life. You really don't. It's simple steps that you can take, and I can walk you through that process.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like as though you're in my head, you're in my heart. Okay. You're definitely in my home. That closet space, that brought me stress. Um,
Mm.
my kid's room, that brought me stress. and
Mhm.
it wasn't any fault of their own. I mean, kids will be kids and they'll be messy and all, but it was the lack of organization.
Yeah.
So when I say
Yeah.
clean your room and they don't have anywhere to put their items properly, then we're both getting
Mm.
frustrated because I have a vision in my mind of what I want for the rooms to look like, but then they can't get to that vision because things aren't in place. And it's not for lack of trying,
Yeah.
right? I'm not trying to set my kids up for failure, but it was
Right.
just that I saw it. I had my Pinterest inspiration. I had things in the Amazon carts, but the actual implementation, it just
Hmm.
it never happened until you stepped in. And just that
Yeah.
overwhelm, we tend to put things off, like, okay, I'll get to it, and it just never happened. And I was like, you know what, time out for this. Let's call in the professional. Let's call refresh. Hey, lady, are you a woman who loves the Lord and who also enjoys beautiful things? Well, if you are, then you are personally invited to join my exclusive Christian women's group. In this group, we chat about clothes, beauty, home decor, parenting, marriage, cooking, and of course, our Christian walk. It's Christian lifestyle all encompassing. So be sure to join by clicking the link below. I hope to chat with you soon. Now back to our show.
Well, this is really the top tip that if there's anything you take away from this conversation, it is this. Please set up an inbox for yourself. The idea of an inbox comes from the Getting Things Done Method book. It's by David Allen. It's a great read. It literally changed my life when I read it. But basically, the moral of the story is that we all have throughout our day different things coming to us. For example, letters, mail, your children are bringing home paperwork, you have an idea in your mind for your business, you have like just there's so many different thoughts, so much information that is coming at us, and the best way to deal with that is to set up an inbox for that. So one central place, you will have one in your home, and you'll have a digital inbox, so like on your phone. This is not an email inbox. So let me clarify that. But this is one central location where you know that each day, any information that comes your way, it is going to go into this inbox, and it will be there until you have your time, your designated time. We're going to go through and sort that inbox. This inbox example in your physical space would be a letter tray in your kitchen, or a box by the front door, something so that as you're coming through and anything that comes your way that day is going to be in that inbox, and then you're going to get back to it at a designated time. So you find a place that works for your lifestyle, something that makes sense to you, not something that's out of the way. My inbox it's literally right next to my bed. I have like a little letter tray thing that I will put, as if I have a bill or something that comes in, I set it there. It's something that I see regularly. And I know I don't have to wonder, where did I put X, Y, and Z? I know it's there until I need to go back to it. And then, like I mentioned, it is also equally, if not more important, to have a digital inbox. So that's on your phone. For me, I use the Reminders app. I have an iPhone, and basically any thought, an idea I have, something I need to add to my grocery list, like something, all of these, we spend a lot of our time holding on to information, just holding on to it because, oh, I need to remember so that I can write this down so I can do whatever in 2 days. And that means for 2 days, you're trying to hold on to that information. And we weren't, as humans, we weren't made to have our memory clogged with all of these little things. So having a digital inbox has been, I know, a game changer for me, for my clients. There's one client who he was literally in tears because he could not figure out a way to track all of the information that was coming to him. He'd be in a meeting, and his boss would say, "Oh, don't forget to do X, Y, and Z." And he couldn't stop right there and put it where he needed to. So he would just try to hold on to it, and he would forget things. And it was really causing like significant upset in his life. And it wasn't until I worked with him and set up that digital inbox to where, now he has a system in place. So tip number one, Create your physical and your digital inboxes. That is ground zero. So you have to do that. Just like any good routine, you have to have, for tip number two, you have to set up structure, a reminder. It's either so it's a routine or a reminder. You have to find a way to prompt yourself to go and review your inbox and do, either you categorize things as you need. If you know that this needs to be added to your grocery list, you add it to your inbox, yesterday because you were driving and so you had Siri add it for you. Now there's the time. You're looking at your inbox, you set up a time, you go through and you organize as needed. For example, after dinner, I will sit for 15 minutes and I do a review of my digital inbox. It'll take, like I said, it's 15 minutes. It's just the things, the thoughts, the ideas that have come to me throughout the day. And I actually take the time to address them. So because that's a part of my routine, I don't necessarily have a reminder, an alarm set up for that, because I just know after dinner, this is the next part of my routine. So you either have a routine like that or you have a specific reminder. One thing that I also like to do and set up for my clients is whatever app you choose for your inbox, that you set up a daily or every other day alarm on your phone or reminder that pops up to go and review that inbox. Just those two things alone, I really can't overemphasize how much that will free up so much space mentally for you. And it's a way to continuously be moving and progressing towards something. You're capturing your information, you're capturing your ideas, you're capturing all the things that are coming at you throughout the day, and nothing gets lost. Nothing gets lost. It's all in your inbox and it's ready and waiting, and you can rest in that.
As you're talking, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, all right, okay, so I have some things in place, but you know what? And ladies, let me know in the comment section because I know I'm not alone. When you are watching like Instagram or Facebook and there's this great recipe that you want to try, or there's this life hack that you just know you're going to do. And when you do it, it's going to be like mind blown, life changing. And you screenshot it, you do the screenshot
Mm-hmm.
and you never go back to it.
No.
It's there, but you never go back to it. You never take the action step because you're adding so many things on repeatedly, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I especially like when you said that we should set aside time. That should be a part of our routine. Like that to me is a game changer. Thank you, because I have things throughout the day that I collect and I put to the side, but I never set a specific time to go back and review them. And I think, you know, just even having that in the back of my mind, knowing that there are things I would like to implement in my business, in my personal life, with my faith walk, right? But I never revisit them, on a routine basis. I know that it's kind of weighing on me. You have this, like, it's like something is always undone. You know what I mean? Like there's always an undone feeling. There's always something left to be checked off. And, just as busy women, I don't think you'll ever have a completed to-do list, because life changes and there's always something else. But there are certain things that are more pressing that could truly impact our lives and make things so much easier, but we don't ever revisit. Right. So I think that is really good, just to have a routine. I think that step alone, ladies, is that was worth the chat. If you ask me, that was worth the
Yeah.
chat. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Are you a woman who enjoys beautiful things? 34/5 Lifestyle has lovely, unique accessories for your everyday look and also for those special occasions. Click the link below to check out our latest accessory collection.
The crux of being organized is having a space, a designated space for every item in your home. There's no way to be organized if you don't have a designated space for every item in your home. If not, then that leads to clutter because there's nowhere to put the items that you're organizing. You think outside of the box, for the items that you're using to organize your home. So we have Amazon boxes that are coming our way. We have iPhone boxes, and we have like the little clamshell plastic things that are fruit come in. There's so many things that you can use to organize your space. You know, even if they're not aesthetically pleasing per se, you will be pleased with an organized space. So I'm trying to de-influence some people from the TikTok, from the Instagram, from the everything has to be in this acrylic clear box and that's the only way it can be organized, and that's just not true. In the spirit of being sustainable, in the spirit of refreshing, taking what you have and just looking at it in a different way, if you see a container or something that comes your way, just pause and think of a way that you can use this to organize your space. We're not holding on to things and, you know, getting cluttered with with boxes or anything like that, but I am just, you know, there are ways to be organized without having to spend a bunch of money. There are ways to be organized with just using the things that you have on hand. So that's definitely where I could help, but that is something that you can take with you, you know, just moving into the rest of the year.
All right. So I just added on here the question of the day. I rephrased it because I definitely like how you said it, because it literally is that. What about this you stress? Which area in your home are you avoiding? Because
Yes.
right now I avoid Cameron's room. I have a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a 5 bedroom. It's only four.
That's just until spring. And then
Until
yeah,
spring.
you're getting
And then
into
I'm back to my 5 bedroom.
the best way to get in contact with me is my website. So on my website, you can see all of the services I provide. And right at the top of the website, it says book now. If you click that, you can set up a time for a free consultation. So I will sit with you, go through everything. If we do it video, we can, you know, you can show me your space. I will ask a bunch of questions, figure out exactly what is needed, and that's all free. And then, you know, from there, we can come up with a game plan for you to get your space clean and organized. So my website, so refreshatl.info. That is the best way to reach me. And like I said, just book a free consultation and we can set up a time to talk.
And so I like the fact that while we all enjoy the aesthetic look and while it definitely brings our little hearts joy, you don't have to think of it always as a reel. We live in the real world, REAL world. And if you're not going to
Yeah.
see the inside of the drawer all the time, you don't necessarily have to have the prettiest, shiniest bling bling, So, especially for Brennan, I mean, he's a 10-year-old boy, right? So, of course, he wants it to look nice, but I mean, he's a big picture kid, right? So, in his dresser, Jasmine, you used like cardboard. I think you might have actually cut the cardboard, but it was like that sturdy cardboard that is like, like multiple layers. And you use that to separate and divide in his drawers. And because of that, he's been able to have, his little space, his boxes here, his briefs here, socks here, and he was so proud. He's kept it like that. And I have not been checking up on him. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest. I haven't been checking up, but he has. And I was like, well, look at you, BJ. I mean, I was so proud of him. But again, it's
Oh,
just,
good.
just showcasing the fact that refresh, for me, it's different, from the other, companies I was, looking to work with, because it wasn't always about here's what you need to buy. It was, hey,
Mhm.
what do you have already that we can recycle and reuse and refresh? Drop in the comments down below, do you have any questions for Jasmine? If you do, you can always reach out to her. Again, I will have all of her contact information down below. And you also have a little something, right? Okay, for our Grown Lady Chat community members. All right, I had to try and negotiate. I had to negotiate with my sister to see
Yeah.
if she could do a hookup, right? So let us know what special offer you have for our Grown Lady Chat community.
Yes, I am so excited to work with you all. So, all you'll have to do is when you book your consultation, if you mention Grown Lady Chat, you will get 15% off on any home, office, actual physical organizing. And then should you choose to do a digital refresh, so you would still book your consultation, mention Grown Lady Chat, and with the purchase of one refresh session, you will get one free digital session. So it is a great value. I will my refresh sessions, like I mentioned, the digital ones, it's all remote. So You just, I will remote into your computer, your iPad, your phone, whatever, and do, and do the refresh and organize your space that way. So I'm so excited to work with you all.
Yay! We talked, of course, we talk all the time, but just, was it Tuesday? Tuesday, we were
Mhm.
talking. And I was like looking at my laptop because I've mentioned this before, ladies. Like, I am team of one over here, Grown Lady Chat. So I do recording, editing, production, all of that. And so I have a lot of images and just so many different things that go into just each episode, right? And I'm looking at my laptop and it's getting to that overwhelming space. You get like a new digital device and you're like, I'm going to make sure that I do right this time. That's how I've always been. Like, I'm going to make sure that I'm organized and I have, like spaces for everything and everything's be perfectly labeled. And I've done better. But ladies, let me tell you, my desktop looks a hot mess right now. A hot mess. I'm like, how did this happen? We were doing so well. But, really, it's because when I got busy, when things got, moving really quickly, when I have deadlines, I'm like, okay, I will deal with that later. And
Mhm.
then the
Yes.
next deadline comes, and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with that later. And so now I have a moment, a whole mountain of laters that I haven't dealt with. So I sure did. I said, refresh. I'm going to have my first digital consultation, yes, but I'm definitely going to hire her because yeah, it's just to that point where I'm like, okay, that's another one of the spaces, and I can't not use my laptop. I can pretend
Yeah.
I only have a four-bedroom house, but I can't not use my laptop. So I'm going to definitely
That's
hire
the
her.
thing.
So thank you so very much, Jasmine. I know that our community has found so much value in today's chat. Ladies, I look forward to hearing your feedback, chat in the comments. Please reach out to Jasmine. She is a wealth of knowledge. And of course, I mean, I can say wonderful things because she's my sister, but even just working with her professionally, like working with you has been an absolute dream. I mean, you're very flexible. She's, easy to communicate with. So thank you. Thank you very much. And she, you take this seriously. And I think it's because it is a skill that she has honed and because it is a God given talent and you execute it beautifully. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak with the rest of the women in this community. It is so inspiring. I am a1 since day one, and I will continue. So I appreciate the opportunity. I do, and I love you.
I love you too.